All right, to be mindful of time, everything I'm saying I will throw into the chat, but I know folks will be filtering in as I am talking. So welcome the Urban Assembly Virtual College Fair. So incredibly important to have you here virtually. You will be hearing from 6 amazing panelists. If you would like to ask any of them questions at any time, they cannot see or hear you. So the best way to get an immediate response is to use the Q&A button. The Q&A button is at the bottom or top of your screen. Again, our panelists cannot see or hear you. So if you have a question, please use that Q&A button. Today is the only day for this particular virtual fair, but we have more sessions today. Sign up for the next time slot, the same place that you signed up for this one. And a recording of this will be sent out to everyone who signed up for this virtual college fair and can be found at our website at StriveScan. I will put that link also into the chat. Again, you're going to hear from 6 amazing panelists. Please ask questions through the Q&A and pay attention to that chat. They'll be throwing their contact information and other important things that you may want to jot down. With that, we are going to get started with St. Joseph's College.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Marinello. I'm an admissions counselor here at St. Joseph's College. To get started, so our enrollment is about a little under 1,200, so that's approximately 1,000 undergraduates. So right off the bat, I would like to say student to faculty ratio is very, very small. We really like to give a small, nurturing, inviting community. Your professors will know your name. You'll know your classmates' names. You'll know us really well in the admissions and financial aid office. We're located in Clinton Hill, Brooklyn, about a 15-minute walk from the Barclays Center. So we're very easily accessible by train and bus. The G train is one in particular that's very, very close to us. Our motto is Esse non videre, to be, not to seem, and it's really rooted in our student life as well as our curriculum. I'm really living up to that motto, and many of our students do really take action in doing so. And our pillars are integrity, intellectual and spiritual values, social responsibility, and service. So our average tuition for this year was just under 30,000, for next year, 29,976. Tuition was frozen this year from 2019 to 2020 due to the pandemic. 98% of our incoming 2019 freshmen received some form of financial aid. So whether it be a merit-based scholarship from our office, grants from filling out your FAFSA application, loans, New York State TAP, whatever it is, we really do try our best, especially in our financial aid office, really meet students and really close that gap. So the application process, you can fill out an application on our online website, as well as the Common App. We are on there. Many of our incoming freshmen do choose to do so. We are going to look at your transcript, a letter of recommendation, and a personal essay. We do only require 1 letter of rec. And then we are SAT and ACT optional, so you do not need to submit those. And some optional supplemental pieces is an additional essay. We will look at your resume and extracurricular activities and test scores if you do have them. And we have a $25 application fee. At the time, though, you will, if eligible, and we're pretty good with giving that out, is our fee waiver of Go SJC. So like I said, test optional. You would review, indicate your preference to be reviewed with or without scores. We'll place more emphasis on GPA, and we really do like to take a holistic approach to reviewing applications, looking at everything and not just test scores and GPA. Demonstrated interest in SJC will also be considered, which is nice because you guys would receive demonstrated interest for coming and attending today. So our scholarships range, and we have a wide range from 10,000 to 28,000. We also have, I don't think any of these grants, I'll skip these, would apply to you guys, unless you lived in Staten Island, transportation grant. And if you have an alum in the family of the college, usually a parent or grandparent, that's a $1,000 grant as well. But the rest of those really wouldn't apply to you guys, since I assume most of you guys live in the city. And I will go into those scholarships and more in just a bit. But our academic majors, we have over 35, so we do have quite a few. Just really quick, the most popular ones are nursing, biology, and our education major. So history, adolescent education and child study. But you'll see we have a bunch. Any questions about what we have or how they run, feel free to drop that question in the Q&A. And then academic support services, I think these are really important to know. These are all free of charge. They're included in tuition. So we have academic advising, career development, our academic center, and student accessibility. So your advisor is going to kind of work with you throughout your 4 years here, making sure you're graduating on time, taking the courses that you need. Our career development office is going to work with finding internships, resume writing, job interview skills. They will hold graduate school fairs, job fairs, depending on what route you are going to take after graduation. Our academic center, we have student as well as paid professional tutors who work with you. Let's say you have a paper coming up, you want to get it revised, looked over by another fresh pair of eyes. They would do that. If you have a big biology test coming up, they can help you with that as well. And then our student accessibility services is really just to kind of make close the gap between inequality in terms of if you had an IEP in high school, the coordinator is awesome and she'll really work with you on seeing what we can do in terms of accessibility. And then our ACES program is our English language learners. It comes with a $12,000 grant if accepted. It's for students who have been living in the US 8 years or less and their first language is not English. So we have international students as well as students living here domestically who are in this program. We have representation from over 30 different languages. It's an amazing program. Any questions about that, feel free to put them in the chat, but they do really provide an excellent educational as well as cultural and really provide students with experiences. They go to traditional restaurants, museums. They really like to immerse their students in the culture, especially living in New York City. It's great. Then our honors program comes for students who have a 90 and above GPA, eligible for those top tier scholarships, which range from $17,000 to $28,000. And you would just submit the application. We would let you know if you're eligible, and just a supplemental writing requirement. You don't have to rewrite something, just something that you're proud of that you've written in high school would be perfectly fine. Then our college enrichment program is for students who we've noticed have displayed potential for college success, but are just a bit below our academic criteria. So these students would come in as an undeclared major, and then within their first semester, they receive mentoring services, and they have like a modified schedule. You're still a full-time student. It doesn't at all affect financial aid or anything like that. It's just kind of there to assist with the transition from high school to college. We do have study abroad, so we partner with a reputable study abroad program provider. Those are some countries they've gone to in the past. Any questions about that, feel free to ask. I don't want to go too much into that with our time constraints, but we do have that. Many students will ask me that. Student life, so we have over 30 clubs and organizations representing academic clubs. We have Greek and social organizations, performing and creative arts organizations, service and religious organizations, as well as multicultural club. The nice thing about clubs, really quick, is that since we're a small school, if you think of a club that you would like to implement that we don't have, all you need is 12 signatures and a faculty member who agrees to facilitate, and you can create that club. We have many students who've created clubs. We're Division III in the Skyline Conference for athletics. We have 6 men's teams and 7 women's teams. This is a nice route for students who want to continue playing a sport but don't want to do it as competitively or make it more of a career. We don't offer athletic scholarships for that reason. And that's my contact information. I know I'm probably nearing the 6-minute mark, but again, my name is Kimberly Marinello. I'm an admissions counselor. That is my email and phone number. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Definitely throw that into the chat. Next up, we have Department of Citywide Administrative.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Urban Assembly, for having me. I am going to share screen. I am not a college, so I'm going to just give you the most important information today. My name is Stacey Jacob. I work for the Office of Citywide Recruitment. And what we do is we outreach to the public about city government jobs, internships, fellowships, and the exams that exist within city government. Hold on, I'm just trying to share screen right now. So I'm going to take you over to, hold on 1 second, I'm having an issue. Job board. So let me put that in the chat for you guys. This is where you would go to find jobs within city government. I'm having a bit of an issue finding my chat. It actually will not open. So I apologize for that if I'm not able to put this information. I'll probably just send it all towards the end. So this will be our job board. It's www.nyc.gov/jobs. This is what it would look like if you were coming to look for internships, fellowships, or jobs within city government. An area I want you guys to see is the Explore Careers tab area. A lot of people don't know about this area, but you can actually search by interest. You can search by agency or internship. A lot of time people may want to search for a specific field, whether it be human resources, engineering, finance, health. If you click on any of these bubbles, it's going to show you all the jobs that are available within the city, within these fields. If you scroll down, we do get questions often about people who would like to work for specific agencies. These will, if you actually click on any of these bubbles, like you have CUNY right here, or ACS, if you click on any of these highlighted areas, they'll either lead you to the website for that agency, or it will lead you to the jobs that are currently on our job board for that agency. And we have about 80 plus city agencies, so we have a lot of jobs on our job board. This, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, is where you're going to find fellowships and internships. So I may not be a college, but we're hoping that you guys definitely do connect with us to look for internships and fellowships while you're going to college. So that way you're able to get experience as well as the education. So you don't have to question, when I come out of school, what do I do? Well, if you've been doing the internship while you were in school, that allows you to get the experience so that someone can hire you full time. So definitely take a gander at this. We have had people within our office through the pandemic who actually came to us within the internship. We have someone in our office currently for Public Service Corp, and we recently said goodbye to someone who came into our office from AmeriCorp Vista. She was only with us for a couple of months, and she ended up landing a full-time HR position. So this is the wonder of what an internship can do for you while you're going to school, and I definitely advocate because it helped me land my job too. So now if you go back over to our jobs home board, if you don't know what to put in here, I would just advise you to leave it blank. I'll explain to you why. Again, if you don't know what you want to search, because you can search by your major or something, or like say you go on to Indeed and it had a job number, you can search by that job number as well. But I would just advise you for now to just leave it blank if you guys don't know. The reason for that is, remember I told you we have 80 plus city agencies, right? And we're on this platform, we are, a lot of the jobs are coming onto our platform. If you want to see all of the jobs that exist that currently on our website from these different city agencies, we tell you to leave it blank so that way you'll have the opportunity to see all of the jobs that are listed. Right now, currently on our job board, we have 961 jobs that are available within city government right now. Another great thing about our page is it allows you to filter by the location you want to work in, and it gives you a number of how many jobs are available within those boroughs. It also filters through career level, manager, experience, student, and student was recently definitely added, and I hope that's a benefit for you guys. I'll go back to that. You can also filter by job category. This is the interest area again, if you want to look for health, technology, and it tells you the amount of jobs that are available within those fields within the city. And then you can search by full-time and part-time, okay? So I want to go back to the student area because this is going to be an area that you guys should definitely seek. And there's a lot of summer internships right now currently that I was looking at currently. So there's I saw IT, there was a graphic artist intern. So definitely take a gander at the student area. There's 99 jobs available right now. I want you guys to definitely get that experience as you're going to school. Again, I wish I could place all of this information in, but I'll do it towards the end since my chat is not opening for me. But there is a job that I did look at previously for you guys to kind of bring up. So let me throw that in there. Okay, so this was a summer internship that I looked up for you guys. I just wanted you guys to understand how to read the job descriptions if you're going to apply. The reason why I picked this one is it's with the Department of Probation. There's 12 positions available. So if any of you are interested in this, I'm going to place it towards the end. If any of you are interested in this, it's open until filled. So until they get 12 people, this will be available. The wage is $15 to $17 an hour. It's a summer internship, so it's only going to be for the summertime. If ever this says competitive here, you will have to take an exam, but interns do not get tested, so that you guys know. But working for the city, you do take exams. If it ever says competitive, the title right above it the civil service title will be the one you would have to take the exam. That will be the name of it. But interns do not take exams, so you can definitely do this while you're going to school part-time. It tells you a little bit about the department, what you're going to be doing. You only need to be in a college, registered to apply to college in order to do this position. This is someone who would be a leader, who would be a role model for anyone who's either been on probation or got arrested between the ages of 7 to 15. I know it's time for me to wrap up, so let me just let you guys know where you would find the exams. So I'm going to also place the link to a newsletter so that you guys can actually have the information come to you instead of you hunting for it. You would click on employment, go to exam schedule, and this is where you're going to find the actual exams if you want to become permanent within city government. Police officers available right now and police communications. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you all the best of luck on your journey. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now.
Thank you so
place all
much.
that information.
Yeah, definitely put that into the chat for our folks. Next up, we have SUNY Buffalo State College.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. It's a little gloomy here in Buffalo, but hopefully down in the city, it's not too bad. So just to kick things off, my name is Chelsea Kettle. I am a first-year admissions advisor here at SUNY Buffalo State College, located in Buffalo, New York. I've been in the admissions office for about 3 years, but fun fact about me, I actually went to Buffalo State for both my undergrad and my graduate program. So always really exciting to talk to students about my my experience as a student and then how Buffalo State has changed. So we're just going to kind of dive right in. So Buffalo State is a university college and we are part of the SUNY system. So our State University of New York public college system. What it means to be a university college in terms of Buffalo State is that we do offer bachelor's degree programs and master's degree programs, and we are a medium-sized institution. In total, we have about 8,600 students on our campus, with about 7,600 of those being undergraduate students. So what that does mean is that we are providing students with a smaller class size and student faculty ratio of 15:1. Most of your major classes are actually going to be about 12 to 15 students, which is really great for when you're developing relationships both with your peers and with your professors. And those professors are going to be the ones who are writing letters of recommendation for you for graduate school and helping you find internships and helping you find job placement after graduation as well. Another great thing about Buffalo State is that we are the most diverse campus in the SUNY system. 55% of our students are students of color, and they come from all different walks of life and from different parts of New York State. So there's no cookie cutter student at Buffalo State is what I like to say. And that is really something that makes Buffalo State so unique. Now, in terms of academic offerings, we do offer 79 distinct undergraduate majors with all of the variations on those majors, minor options, and certificate options. We do have over 170 different academic programs for students to choose from. Programs I get asked about the most are definitely business administration, psychology, biology, criminal justice, our education programs, and communication studies. But we do also offer programs in like graphic design, television and film arts, forensic chemistry, and a little bit of everything in between. So we do have a really diverse offering of academic programs. One program I do like to highlight is our individualized studies program, which does actually allow you to create your own major based off of your own academic and career interests. So you can do that by either combining two minors together or picking and choosing majors from across the disciplines. I do know I get asked all the time, if I come in as an undeclared student, is that going to hurt my chances of getting into the college, of choosing any scholarships and all of that? And the answer is no. We fully understand that, you're coming out of high school. You may not know what you want to do for the rest of your life. I know I didn't. Personally, I changed my major 3 times when I was an undergrad. So undeclared allows you to come in, take your general elective classes, and then kind of dabble in some interest areas. And that way you're really able to settle on a major that's right for you by the end of your sophomore year. With Buffalo State, 88% of our students do receive financial aid because our total cost for tuition, fees, and room and board for the academic year is about $23,000. So obviously a big ticket item, but within the grand scheme of higher ed, definitely a more affordable option. And as a result, we do try to provide as much aid and financial opportunities for our students. So obviously we do provide loans for students, but we also do offer a number of scholarships based off of academic merit, field of study, financial need, and any combination of criteria. There are also on-campus job opportunities for students, including student assistant positions such as an admissions student ambassador, orientation leader, or a resident assistant. which is an RA. So they're a student leader living in the residence halls, and that's a really great perk because you actually do get your room and board paid for. Now, in terms of academics, we did talk about that, but part of your academics and your college experience also comes down to the hands-on learning opportunities and what you do outside of the classroom. So for us, we really do encourage our students to get involved in as much as they can, whether that is undergraduate research opportunities, community engagement, giving back to the city of Buffalo itself, or doing internships. As Stacy mentioned, internships are incredibly important, and we really, really do encourage our students to do as many as they can. And a lot of our academic programs are requiring an internship as part of the degree program, so you get that practical hands-on experience. What's great about all of our hands-on learning opportunities is that you are able to do these at any point during your time at Buffalo State. So you can do your first semester or your last semester, it does not matter. Now, with getting involved on campus, we do have over 100 clubs and organizations at Buffalo State. These are based off of academic interests, social interests, or athletic interests. We do also have a student government on campus, as well as over a dozen Greek life organizations. So definitely get involved with at least one or two. And the nice thing is that if you have, a specific club you want to join, but it's not related to your major, you still can join that. It's a really great way for you to kind of meet people from across campus and to experience new things as well. So like I said, your college experience is just as much being in class as it is getting involved outside the classroom. Now, if you're interested in intercollegiate athletic programs, we do have 17 different NCAA Division III sports, including football, basketball, ice hockey, cross country, track and field, and soccer. More information about that can be found directly on our Buffalo State website. And if you are interested in playing a sport, definitely make sure that you're reaching out to the coach so they can give you more information about the program. Now, I mentioned previously that Buffalo State is located in Buffalo, New York. So fun fact, Buffalo is actually the second largest city in the state, obviously aside from New York City, and that provides a lot of great opportunities for our students, both socially and professionally. Within walking distance of campus, there are parks, restaurants, cafes, museums, art galleries. Our downtown area is only about a 10-minute drive from our campus, and that's where a lot of our nightlife is, and that's where a lot of social events happen as well. And then in terms of professional opportunities, there are a number of businesses and organizations that you can, develop relationships with, and again, do those internships and get involved for potential career opportunities after graduation. This slide just shows a couple of our fun on-campus activities. As you can see, it's very, very lively at Buffalo State. And at any time you have any questions throughout the college admissions process, feel free to reach out. I will put my contact information in the chat, but you can also check us out on our virtual visit page, social media, or just send us a quick text or email, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. So thank you all for joining in and listening today, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Nazareth College.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Let me just pull up my presentation here. All right. Okay. Well, thank you for having Nazareth College participate in this college fair. We appreciate the opportunity to talk about the college with you. And, I have three very difficult acts to follow here. So I'll try to provide you with as much information as possible. But the one key takeaway I would say is that if you don't hear anything else that comes from my presentation, just remember to get out and visit campuses. I think that's the most important thing you could possibly do in this process, is to just go and see schools and spend time on their campuses to know whether or not this would be a good place for you. So I encourage you to come on up and visit Nazareth College. We are located in Rochester, New York, and we are about, depending, give or take on traffic, about 7 hours from New York. And we have a number of students that are actually from New York City and the surrounding area. A couple things about Nazareth College. We were founded as an all-women's Catholic college run by the Order of the Sisters of St. Joe's. And that all changed in the early 70s when Nazareth College went co-ed. And we now have what we call a lay board of trustees and a lay president that run the school. And so for most of us here at the college, we've never known it to be anything different than what it is today. And what's nice about NAS is that we kind of pride ourselves on being a small private school with lots of interaction between our faculty and our students. And so one of the things you'll see on the screen here is that average class size is about 18 students and 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And here's the thing that I would say to you. I know it's been a really challenging year for all high school students, no matter if you're a 9th grader or a 12th grader. And the one thing that I've learned over the last several months is that students really want to be able to interact with both their peers and their teachers / professors. And so that in-person opportunity to learn is really valuable. And we really understand that here at Nazareth College. And so having these small class sizes is what our students have missed the most over the past year. A few things on the past year that I'd like to just chat about as we look forward to the future, whether it's the fall of 22 or the fall of 23 and beyond. Nazareth College is planning on being in person. And something that we're very proud of this year is the fact that Nazareth was ranked in the top 30 schools nationally by an organization called Great Value Colleges. And if you go to the website, greatvaluecolleges.net, you'll see that it ranked the top 30 schools for handling the pandemic and all the social issues that occurred in the year 2020. And Nazareth College was ranked number 15. And so we're very proud of the fact that Naz is kind of handling everything that's been thrown at the college this past year. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in the future. But as we continue to handle the pandemic, we want to make sure that we remain a place where our students can be active, that they can be engaged, that they can be involved from the moment they step foot on campus. And you'll notice here that we've produced 56 Fulbright scholars. And if you're not familiar with a Fulbright is the opportunity for a student once they graduate to study abroad. It's a government-run program, and essentially it's all expenses paid. It's a really competitive and unique scholarship to study abroad. And Nazareth has done a really great job preparing our students to compete for the Fulbright competition and for one of those scholarships. And we've done actually quite well considering the size of our school, which you can see is we're just under 2,200 undergraduate students. So that's kind of Nazareth College. One thing I'd like to share with you, well, not one thing, actually, 4 things. We have a few pillars here, if you will. So we're very committed to social justice and the greater good. It's something that Nazareth takes great pride in and really stems back to the Sisters of St. Joe's and when they founded the school and their mission. So we are committed to a community of belonging. We are committed to our students being involved and engaged in social justice. And we have a number of different ways that our students can become involved with social justice initiatives as soon as they arrive on campus. We have a number of different pathways for students. We feel here at Nazareth College there are a lot of ways to learn. And so we offer a number of different ways for you to get involved with learning that may go beyond the classroom. We are finding more and more students are picking up a major with a minor or a concentration or even a double major, especially if you have college credit coming in, which is really great. But there's other types of experiential learning that takes place. We want you to get out of the classroom and learn through internships and volunteering and all different types of other opportunities like study abroad, undergraduate research that might take place off campus. There's so much of that for you to take advantage of here at NAS. And you can because, again, we kind of pride ourselves on being that small school. Health and well-being is paramount. We want our students to be happy. We want them to be healthy. And so we spend a lot of time really talking about how our students can get engaged from a nutritional standpoint and the food that we serve, the farm to table, all the different types of opportunities that we have to make sure our students are eating well when they're here. There's physical wellness, there's spiritual wellness. There's a number of different things. And then the student experience is, we want our students to be active and engaged right away. So learning takes place outside the classroom at Nazareth College. It really is, if you look at it, a holistic education. So thank you for your time. As others have mentioned, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. My name's John Mordacey. I'd be happy to engage with you, whether it's through the chat, whether it's email, text, phone, whatever it might be over the next several months. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next up, we have Marist College.
Alrighty, hi folks. So I am going to share my screen. All right, fantastic. So my name is Megan Fergus. I am the New York City Territory Admissions Counselor for Marist. I am a recent Marist alum. I just graduated in this past spring. So if you have any questions regarding any of the information or the student life experience, I'd be happy to answer all of those when we're all done. So a little bit about Marist. We are located in Poughkeepsie, New York. So we are about an hour and a half away from the city. The city is definitely super accessible to all of our students because we are only about 1 mile away from the train station. So all of our students do take advantage of all of the opportunities the city does present. Now, unfortunately, since you're not on campus with us right now, you're not able to see the beautiful scenery that we do have. So we just wanted to put this in so you're able to see what it would be like to be on campus with us. We are located in the beautiful Hudson Valley, right on the Hudson River. So we really wanted to take advantage of all of the opportunities that the views and the Hudson Valley does present. So we made sure to orient all of our buildings toward the river. So it's so nice to look out of your different academic buildings or residential halls and see the gorgeous view of the Hudson Valley. Here are just a couple numbers. As you can see, we have just over 5,000 undergraduate students, and we have over 40 different majors for them to choose from. We also do have graduate programs as well. We have 15 graduate programs, and a handful of those are dual degree certifications, which means you're able to come in and receive your bachelor's and your master's in 5 years and be on your way. That is something you would have to apply for, so you would just have to note that later in your academic career. And then our student population is made up of students from 47 out of the 50 states, 64 countries, and 24% of our students are racially or ethnically diverse. So when you come to Marist, you're not only learning from the professors, but you're also learning from the students as well, because everybody's bringing that different cultural background. Since we are a mid-sized institution, we have the ability to have small and intimate class sizes. Our average class size at Marist is from 20 to 25 students, and we place a cap at 35 students. So you're never going to be in a class with more than 35 students. And just to touch quickly on our residential life, about 96% of our students live on campus with us, and about 70% of our students stay on campus all 4 years they're here. As you grow as a student, your housing does grow with you. So your freshman year, you'll be staying in a traditional dorm style. Your sophomore year, you have the opportunity to live in a townhouse, and your junior and senior year, you can either live in a townhouse or in an apartment style living. And just to quickly touch on our success rate, we do have a higher graduation rate than the average at 83%, and about 98% of our recent graduates are either employed or attending grad school within 6 months of graduation. So this just goes to show how successful our Marist students are while they're here with us, and also how prepared they are to succeed when they do graduate. So as I mentioned, we do have over 40 different majors, but we have over 90 different programs of study. The difference between that 40 and that 90 are going to be your minors and your concentrations. We are a liberal arts institution here at Marist, which means we wanted to give students the flexibility to create a degree path that works best for them, to give them a nice, well-rounded education. So all of our students have the opportunity to add a major, add a minor, add a concentration, and take all the areas they're interested in and add that onto their degree path to get the most out of their 4 years with us. When I'm all done, I'll be putting a couple links in the chat, and one will bring you to our website, which you can explore all of the different academic programs that we do have available. As I mentioned, we are a liberal arts institution, and we really wanted to make sure that our students were getting that hands-on learning experience right from their freshman year. And we wanted to make sure our students were receiving all of the necessary tools needed to succeed after graduation. And one of the main things that leads to that are going to be research and internships. They're not required here at Marist, but they are highly encouraged. About 84% of our students do have at least one internship before they graduate. Since they are so highly encouraged, we provided them with a number of different resources to help them land the perfect internship for them. We do have an internship coordinator in each academic school, and we also have a Center for Career Service Development, which you can go to as early as your freshman year. And you can bring them your cover letter, your resume. They do mock interviews, they host career fairs and job fairs and internship fairs. So they really help you every step of the way find and land the perfect internship for you. Another crucial part of your Marist experience is going to be research. Again, not required, just highly encouraged. So if you were interested in diving a little deeper into one specific topic, you're able to research at one of our numerous research facilities that we have on campus, or students also have the opportunity to research closely with their professors. Another program that we have that we're super proud of here at Marist is the study abroad program. We were actually ranked 3rd in the nation for our study abroad program. We have over 70 established destinations, and 50% of our students do study abroad. So if you're interested in broadening your education overseas, you definitely have that opportunity as well. And just to quickly touch on our student life, since a bunch of our students are living with us on campus, we wanted to provide them with a number of different things for them to do. We have over 80 different clubs and organizations, and we are a Division I college here at Marist. We have 23 Division I sports, and really anything you could want in club sports and intramurals. In addition to all of the activities put on by our clubs and organizations, as well as our athletic endeavors, we also have a very active student activities programming that puts on programs about once a night, and it's anything from a movie night to bingo to concerts. They also provide our students with a number of different activities to do off campus. For example, we have trips to go into the city, which cost $25 to go see a Broadway show, Yankee game or Ranger game, which would pay for your transportation to and from the city, as well as the price of your ticket. Now, here are a couple deadlines and a couple numbers. These were the deadlines we used for this year, but obviously we moved things around with the current state of the pandemic. So they might look a little different in the upcoming years, but this is around where they will fall. And then you'll see a couple numbers below. Don't pay too much attention to those numbers because they are in no way a requirement for application. They're just an average for admitted students. And then our SAT and ACT scores, and we are test optional here at Marist. We've been test optional for over a decade, so it's not something that's new to us. If you want to submit your test score, we will take that into account. But if you choose not to, it will in no way negatively impact your chances on acceptance or receiving merit scholarships. And then lastly, we know that everything in the world is ever changing by the day, but the best way to experience Marist is to come and visit us in person, and we are open 7 days a week to visitors. So we highly encourage that, and I'll be putting all of these links in the chat when I'm all done. And I see Christy coming on, so that means it's time for me to wrap up. So thank you all so much for attending, and Christy, thank you so much for having us today for this wonderful presentation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Right, thank you. Next up, we have New York City College of Technology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yuritsa, and I'm here from City Tech. So let me just share screen. Give me a second. Okay, perfect. All right, so my name is Yuritsa, and I am an academic advisor and a recruiter. And I've been with City Tech now for a couple of years. So let's get right into it. These are just some quick college facts. So we do have over 50 degree programs in more than 30 areas of study, and we offer different majors and programs such as design and media, healthcare, teacher education, public service, hospitality management, engineering technology. So I know a lot of people hear City Tech and they're like technology, engineering, but we do have so many more majors. We have business and technology of fashion for those of you who may be interested in the fashion world and art, but you also want to do like marketing and sales and that kind of like business side. And most of our students are enrolled in bachelor programs, and most of our students are full-time. So what I mean by full-time is that they are enrolled in at least 12 credits each semester. And these are just some of our admission requirements. So as some of the panelists already explained, we aren't really looking at SAT scores right now because of the pandemic. So we're really just looking for a 75 or higher high school average. Some programs do require a higher average depending on which one you're applying for. So for example, some of the engineering programs may require like a higher average or some prereqs. And some of our most competitive majors, such as nursing, radiology, dental hygiene, will require prerequisite courses, and they are dual admission programs. So let me just, sorry. I was getting like an internet is unstable notification. So let me see if turning off camera will help. But like I was saying, we do have a lot of competitive majors. So nursing, radiology, and dental hygiene all have like a dual admissions program. So what that means is that you would have to first apply to the school and be accepted into the university, and then spend at least one semester taking those prereqs. So those are like English 101, math, intro to biology, human anatomy and physiology. And those programs are really just looking to see that you maintained a good GPA in those specific prereqs. And then once you've taken those courses, you can apply directly to the program. So that's the case for our healthcare majors. And also, like I was saying, if you are looking for like another competitive major, maybe such as architecture, they do have a similar process as well, where you would have to be a student first, take those prereqs, and then they would like the student to complete a portfolio, and they'll look at that because these are very competitive majors that many students are applying for. So they do have different admission requirements, but you can find all of that information on the website, and I'll drop the link at the end. The website will have all of the program requirements and overview, the contact information for the advisors, and you can set up a meeting with them. They can go over all of the admission requirements and just walk you through the process. Slide. So this is what I was saying as well with the proficiency. We aren't looking at SAT scores or ACT scores or Regents or any of those exams. We are mainly just looking at the high school average to determine proficiency. But if a student isn't proficient in math or English, then they can still apply to the school. They may just have to complete some remedial courses or some programs. We offer CUNY Start. So CUNY Start is a program where students can complete some summer sessions, and they'll be able to build proficiency by the end of the program. So they work with tutors and different professors who will help them with their math and reading and writing skills. And usually by the end of the session, students are able to continue and go on to those English 101 classes and their introductory level math courses. So as many of you know, we do also offer AP in college now. So many of you may be familiar with that. So if you did take an AP exam, and you received a grade of 3 or higher, then you can be exempt from courses that cover the same coursework. And as for college now, we also accept credits, but the criteria is a little different depending on whether it was from a CUNY or non-CUNY institution. So from CUNY to CUNY, we do require a course grade of D or above in order for those credits to transfer over. And then for non-CUNY institutions, we require a course grade of C or above in order for those credits to transfer over. But there is no limit on the number of eligible transfer credits. So we will transfer as many courses as you are eligible to receive credit for. And we do offer opportunity programs such as SEEK and ASAP. So many of you may be familiar with ASAP because of the free Metro card. If those of you know what I'm talking about, you'll see like a lot of those ads on the train station. So ASAP just stands for Accelerated Study and Associate Programs. So it's just a program to ensure that students who are looking to are pursuing an associate program will graduate in 3 years or less. And ASAP and SEEK both provide academic services and financial support about the program. So they're just there to help students. And then finally, our application page is here. We are still accepting applications. So those are just priority deadlines. And there is a $65 application fee, but you can apply to up to 6 different programs. So that can be 6 different CUNYs, that can be 6 different majors at City Tech. You can mix and match 3 majors at City Tech, 3 majors at another school. So it does let you apply to 6. And if you do have any questions, I had to speed through that because I end up talking so much, but if you do have any questions, please contact us. We do have a virtual office as well. So you can see our Zoom hours are there, and we try to keep it mixed up so that many people can come in. So that's the email, and I would drop my own email as well into the chat as along with the college website. Right. Thank you, everyone. So I'll stop sharing, and then I'll drop my information into the chat.
All right, thank you. If I could have all the panelists turn their cameras on. All right, and you can replace college with whatever fits your institution. What advice would you give someone going through the college or institution or post-secondary process, starting with St. Joseph's College?
Yeah, so my biggest piece of advice that I often offer students is to visit these colleges. I know many of my colleagues have already talked about it, but visiting, immersing yourself, asking the questions, and don't be afraid to really get to know your admissions counselor. We are here to help you. So don't feel like you're ever being a bother. Just always, feel free to reach out and ask any question, because it is a big financial and personal, and it's commitment and decision, and it's where you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life. So really just make sure that you're exhausting every opportunity that you can.
So I'll jump in. So in addition to that, I would my 2 pieces of advice really are: one, creating a separate email specifically for your college search. As you'll come to find, we send a lot of communications out. So it's a lot easier for you to track and maintain your inbox when you have one email dedicated specifically to colleges. And that way you can go through each day, keep what you need to know and delete what you don't. And it'll make things a lot less hectic, especially as you're approaching like deposit deadlines and important deadlines. And then the second piece of advice I would say is definitely look at colleges or universities that have at least 3 academic programs that you are interested in. That way, if you fall in love with the campus, but you don't, continue to love the major that you first applied for, you then have the flexibility to stay put, but then switch between majors. That's what happened with me at Buffalo State. And it was a really great benefit. I was able to stay at an institution I loved.
I also have a very similar advice when it comes to majors. When I first started attending college, I didn't know that so many majors were out there. In my head, as a first generation student, I really just thought of engineering or to be a doctor, but there's so many cool majors out there. There's professional and technical writing. I had no idea what that was. I didn't even know what that could mean. And I think it's super important to just research these things. A lot of students come in thinking they want something, but they just haven't heard about different areas that are out there. And I think it's super important to reach out to the departments, and a lot of them are willing to talk to you and explain what the major is, and they can even give you internship information and just explain more about the program. So I think that's a very important resource that a lot of people don't realize they have.
Yeah, if I could just throw 2 things in, piggybacking off of what was already said by each of you, and that is take ownership of the process. Dig in, own it, do your research, visit campuses that you want to visit, ask questions along the way, use your resources, use your counselor. And I would just say, this is your future. So grab a hold of it, right? And that'll help you to make really good choices. And then secondly, I mentioned earlier visit, and Kimberly mentioned visit as well. And that is super important. When you do visit a campus, don't be afraid to get off the beaten path. And ask current students that you see that are sitting in the library or the dining hall, walk over and say, hey, listen, I'm visiting campus today. I'm thinking about, X school. How do you like it here? Tell me a little bit about it. Kind of get the authentic responses from current students. That'll maybe tip you off in terms of it's a good place for you or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to jump off what John said, when you're visiting campus, stay engaged, stay in connection with your admission counselors and other faculty members that you can connect with at the schools that you're interested in. And make sure when you're on campus that you can see yourself there. Whatever school that you end up going to is going to be your home for 4 or more years. And the people that you're going to be interacting with are going to be your family forever. So you want to make sure that the college that you end up attending is somewhere that you feel comfortable and you can see yourself calling home. So that would be my little piece of advice.
So I'm gonna speak from employer standpoint. So I definitely would say my advice to you would be to definitely consider the financial facts of it. We do understand that sometimes, especially right now, a lot of people are going through hardship through the pandemic. Definitely think about what you want to do, what interests you, who do you want to serve, when you start a career, what do you want to do? But if, college may not be for everyone, or if you want to also discover other avenues, you can also consider trade school, which could also be more cost effective as well. So I would explore both options. I would definitely put that out there for you guys. Definitely do internships because those will help you get experience in what you want to do. And it's not a definite you have to stay within that profession. Doing internships allows you to explore what you want to do in the future. And I think it's going to help you guys in order to land a full-time position. So explore all of your options and definitely do your research. So that's my advice.
All right, thank you from our experts. When you leave here, there's a 4-question survey that you'll need to fill out. Please, you can sign up for more sessions today. A recording of this is available at strivescan.com/urban assembly. That is also in the chat. Thank you so much for being here and have a great day.